Did you know that what you had for breakfast this morning, something as simple as a sandwich, a bowl of noodles, or a slice of bacon, could be silently putting your kidneys at risk? I'm Dr. Johnny, and today we're going to uncover the foods that many people over 50 eat every day without realizing they're damaging their kidneys. Little by little, year after year, the scary part. Most of these foods are completely legal, socially accepted, and even marketed as healthy. But once you hit your 50s, your kidneys aren't as resilient as they used to be. They work slower, they filter less efficiently, and when certain harmful ingredients build up like sodium, phosphorus, or certain acids, the pressure silently increases inside your body. No sharp pain, no dramatic warning, just a gradual decline until one day, symptoms appear too late. But here's the good news: you can stop this cycle. And you don't have to give up delicious meals to do it. In today's video, I'll show you the 8 most harmful foods for your kidneys after age 50, and more importantly, how to replace them without making your meals boring, bland, or miserable. And by the way, if it's cold where you are today, grab a cup of warm ginger tea and settle in, because this could be the most important 10 minutes you spend on your health all week. This isn't just a warning, it's a wake-up call and a guide. You deserve to enjoy your meals and your life without worrying about dialysis down the road. So, let's get into it. The first food on our list might be sitting in your fridge right now. Let's start with a food most people trust a little too much: processed meats. Bacon, deli slices, sausages, hot dogs, yes. They're tasty, convenient, and easy to toss into a sandwich or breakfast plate. But here's the catch: even in small amounts, they're loaded with sodium, saturated fats, preservatives like sodium nitrite, and phosphorus additives. And if you're over 50, that combination isn't just unhealthy, it's dangerous for your kidneys. Why? Because your kidneys have to work extra hard to filter out that excess salt and chemicals. Sodium alone raises your blood pressure, which silently wears down the tiny blood vessels inside your kidneys. Add phosphorus on top, especially the kind found in processed meats, which is absorbed almost completely by your body, and now you're placing constant stress on organs that are already slowing down with age. The result: fluid retention, high blood pressure, fatigue, and in the long run, chronic kidney disease. What's worse is that this damage doesn't come with a warning light. It builds up slowly, meal by meal, until your body starts showing signs too late. But here's the good news: flavor doesn't have to mean damage. You can enjoy savory meals by switching to kidney-friendly protein sources like skinless chicken, fresh white fish, tofu, lentils, or even mushrooms. Just keep portions moderate and skip the salty rubs or sauces. And if you're still craving that smoky flavor, try adding small bits of cured meats to larger veggie-based dishes so the flavor's there. But the sodium isn't overwhelming. Because the real danger isn't just what we eat, it's how often we eat it. And speaking of hidden dangers sometimes, the real threat isn't on our plate, but in our cup. Let's talk about what you're drinking every day. Next, if processed meats silently wear down your kidneys with salt and preservatives, then carbonated soft drinks attack from a different angle. They strip your kidneys of hydration, flood your system with acid, and push your body into imbalance. Sounds dramatic, it is. Most sodas and energy drinks are ultra-processed cocktails of sugar, caffeine, phosphoric acid, sodium, artificial colors, and chemical additives. They don't nourish you, they dehydrate you. A 16-ounce bottle of soda can contain nearly 12 teaspoons of sugar, far beyond the daily limit set by the American Heart Association. And that sugar doesn't just spike your blood, it overworks your kidneys, forces water loss, and sets the stage for insulin resistance. But the bigger culprit is phosphoric acid, used to give cola that sharp tang. This form of phosphorus is absorbed almost 100% by your body and puts immense pressure on your kidneys to flush it out. Over time, that stress can lead to calcium deposits in your arteries, reduced blood flow, and even kidney stones. And if you think switching to diet soda helps, think again. Artificial sweeteners come with their own risks, especially for kidney and gut health after 50. So what can you do if you love fizzy drinks? Swap your soda for sparkling water infused with lemon, mint, or cucumber. Or try kombucha, which delivers the same satisfying fizz, but with gut-friendly probiotics instead of harmful additives. Because what hydrates you matters just as much as what you eat. And while we often blame meals for poor kidney health, some of the most dangerous culprits come disguised as comfort. Let's move from liquid mistakes to crispy cravings. It's time we talk about fried foods, baked goods, and the instant noodles hiding in your pantry. We often focus on drinks or processed meats. But what about those crispy, golden bites we reach for when comfort calls fried foods, baked treats, and instant noodles are deceptively satisfying, but behind their flavor is a silent threat to your kidneys? When food is deep fried, moisture evaporates and oil takes its place, often carrying harmful trans fats. These fats don't just hurt your heart, they inflame your kidneys, clog blood vessels, and increase oxidative stress. Worse, the intense heat used in frying and baking creates advanced glycation end products, ages toxic compounds linked to kidney damage and accelerated aging. Instant noodles might look innocent, but they're sodium bombs in disguise. One packet can contain over 700 milligrams of sodium, and the flavor sachets are often a chemical storm of MSG, preservatives, and phosphates. Your kidneys have to clear all of this, while struggling to manage blood pressure and fluid retention. The solution: you don't have to ditch crunch altogether. Try air frying vegetables, baking sweet potato chips, or making a quick stir fry with rice noodles and homemade low-sodium broth. Even with instant noodles, using just a quarter of the flavor packet and adding mushrooms, spinach, or cabbage can dramatically lower the kidney load. Because every small choice adds up, and when it comes to kidney health, consistency matters more than perfection. And speaking of small choices, even something as simple as a can of soup or vegetables can quietly overload your system with salt. Let's take a look inside your pantry next. They sit quietly on our pantry shelves: canned soups, peas, corn, green beans. Always there when we need something fast. But here's the thing no one talks about. What saves time today might be slowly draining your kidneys tomorrow. Canned foods are almost always packed with sodium, not because they need to be, but because salt is cheap, and it helps preserve flavor and texture. A single serving of canned soup can contain nearly half your daily sodium limit. And even well-drained canned vegetables still hide hundreds of milligrams of salt you may not taste, but your kidneys definitely feel. The problem isn't just high sodium, it's that we eat these foods regularly without realizing how much they add up. And for kidneys that are already slowing down with age, every extra pinch of salt is another drop in an already full bucket. Over time, the body holds on to more water, blood pressure rises, and the kidneys are forced to work overtime just to maintain balance. But convenience doesn't have to come at a cost. Frozen vegetables, especially steamable bags with no added sauces, are just as quick and far more kidney-friendly. Better yet, making a simple soup at home using low-sodium broth, fresh ingredients, and herbs like rosemary or thyme can turn a health risk into a healing ritual. Want a smart trick? Add kidney-safe sources of potassium like carrots, blueberries, or cabbage to help balance sodium's impact on your blood pressure without overwhelming your kidneys like bananas or tomatoes might. Because it's not just about what you're heating up, it's about what your kidneys are quietly cleaning up afterward. And if you think sodium is sneaky, wait until you see what's hiding in your favorite sauces and dips. So you've switched from canned soup to homemade broth? That's great. But what about the sauces you're using to season your food? Because sometimes the real threat doesn't come from the main dish. It's hiding in that squeeze bottle you reach for without thinking. Instant sauces like ketchup, barbecue sauce, teriyaki, soy sauce, gravy. Or even store-bought pasta sauce may seem harmless in small amounts. But here's the truth, they're ultra-processed salt bombs, often loaded with sodium, added sugars, preservatives, and a dangerous combo of phosphorus and potassium additives that your kidneys struggle to eliminate. Just 2 tablespoons of some sauces can pack up to 2,200 milligrams of sodium, almost your entire daily limit. And because they're liquids or semi-liquids, your body absorbs their chemical contents fast. That means your kidneys have to react quickly, working overtime to keep your blood pressure stable and your mineral balance in check. For aging kidneys, that kind of stress becomes toxic over time. It's not the flavor, it's the frequency. And if you're using these sauces in every meal, you're unknowingly creating a slow drip of damage. But don't worry, flavor doesn't have to disappear. Make your own sauces with olive oil, garlic, lemon juice, or Greek yogurt. Use herbs like dill, parsley, or basil to bring freshness to your meals. Once your taste buds reset, you'll be surprised how little salt you actually need. Because true damage doesn't always taste salty, it often tastes familiar. And speaking of familiar favorites, there's one food group many of us grew up believing was good for our bones. But when it comes to kidney health, hard cheese might be one of the sneakiest offenders of all. We've been told since childhood that cheese builds strong bones. And yes, it can, but not all cheese is created equal. In fact, for anyone over 50, especially those concerned about kidney health, hard cheese might be doing more harm than good. What makes it risky first? It's dense in sodium. Most hard cheeses like cheddar, Parmesan, Gouda, or Swiss contain 300 to 450 milligrams of sodium per ounce. That may not seem like much, but let's be honest, no one stops at just one slice. Second, hard cheese is high in phosphorus and acid-forming proteins. These compounds make your blood more acidic, which forces your kidneys to work harder to maintain balance. Over time, this can lead to muscle loss, bone thinning, and kidney strain, especially if you're already dealing with high blood pressure, diabetes, or early-stage CKD. And while soft cheeses like cottage cheese or ricotta may seem like safer options, they're still not ideal unless they're low in sodium and eaten in moderation. So what should you do instead? Try plant-based calcium sources like kale, broccoli, chia seeds, or fortified almond or soy milk. These give your body the minerals it needs without burdening your kidneys. And if you really miss that cheesy flavor, nutritional yeast or plant-based cheese alternatives can give you the taste without the stress. Because sometimes it's not about cutting things out, it's about switching things up with intention. And while cheese might be sneaky, the next item is far more direct. It's the one thing most Western plates can't seem to live without: red meat and organ meat. Red meat is a staple in many diets: steaks, burgers, liver, ribs. It's hearty, satisfying, and for many, hard to let go of. But here's the hard truth: your kidneys may be paying the price for every bite. Red meat and organ meats are packed with purines and sulfur-containing amino acids. These break down into uric acid and sulfuric acid, which make your blood more acidic. Your kidneys then have to work overtime just to bring your body back into balance. Over time, this acid load can lead to kidney inflammation, faster decline in function, and even gout. That's not all. Red and organ meats are high in cholesterol and saturated fat, raising your risk of heart disease. And remember, your heart and kidneys are part of the same system. If one suffers, the other soon follows. And while protein is essential, the type and source matter deeply. Excess animal protein stresses your kidneys, with nitrogen waste something they must filter constantly. So what's the alternative? You don't have to go vegetarian overnight. Start by replacing red meat with plant-based proteins a few times a week: lentils, tofu, beans, quinoa, or mushrooms. These not only protect your kidneys, but also provide fiber and antioxidants. Animal products lack, and if you enjoy meat, stick to lean cuts, smaller portions, and limit organ meats to rare occasions. It's not about giving up, it's about choosing wisely. Because sometimes the most harmful ingredients aren't artificial, they're simply overused. And while red meat puts pressure on your kidneys, the next danger is even more deceptive because it's sugar-free, calorie-free, and often labeled healthy. Let's talk about artificial sweeteners. They promise sweetness without the guilt, no calories, no sugar spikes, just the flavor you crave. But when it comes to artificial sweeteners, the reality is far more complicated, especially for aging kidneys. Sweeteners like aspartame, sucralose, and saccharin may not raise your blood sugar, but they interfere with your metabolism, disrupt your gut microbiome, and can even increase your risk of insulin resistance and chronic kidney disease. And while they're marketed as diet-friendly, research shows that heavy long-term use is linked to higher rates of heart problems, weight gain, and kidney function decline, especially in people over 50. One large study following over 120,000 people found that those who consumed one or more artificially sweetened drinks per day had a significantly higher risk of developing kidney disease compared to those who drank water or natural juices. Even more concerning, most of this damage is silent until it's advanced. So what's a safer way to enjoy a sweet taste? Try natural alternatives like monk fruit extract, stevia, or small amounts of raw honey. You can also satisfy your sweet tooth with fruit-based options, banana mash, date paste, or unsweetened applesauce, which delivers sweetness along with fiber and antioxidants that protect rather than harm your kidneys. Because when you remove the artificial, you don't just help your body, you reconnect with what real food is supposed to feel like. And now that we've covered all 8 silent threats to your kidneys, let's take a moment to reflect and wrap this all together with something even more important, a simple mindset shift that could change how you eat starting today. So here's the bottom line. Your kidneys don't just need protection, they need daily respect. Every bite, every sip, every choice you make today can shape your health tomorrow. You don't have to be perfect, just consistent. Swap out that sodium-loaded snack for a handful of berries. Trade one sugary drink for a glass of water with lemon. These small shifts, they add up to real change. If you're a man over 60, this isn't just about kidneys, it's about strength, energy, and living fully in every season of life. You deserve to wake up feeling clear-headed, energized, and in control of your body. And it starts with treating your kidneys like the heroes they truly are. If this video helped you in any way, do yourself a favor, save it for later, and share it with someone who might need it too. And if you want more doctor-backed advice to protect your health, improve energy, and support men's vitality after 60, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. New, practical, easy-to-follow health tips are waiting for you every week. Take care of yourself. You've got a lot more living to do.